Welcome back to the Jemma Show.
Welcome back to the Jemma Show with my co-host Ben.
Hello.
And we're back. It's been a while because Ben's been away.
Shagging.
So Ben's been away and I've been busy and we haven't really seen each other a lot. So yeah, what have you been up to?
Lots of walks. Lots of barbecues.
Okay.
Just chilling, reading, music, all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff, yeah. Have you been up to much, Jemma, Miah?
Not really, actually. I've actually learned to cook properly.
Good, nice.
Or cook nicely.
What can you cook now?
Well, like make stuff like smoothies. You've tried my smoothies, Jazz.
I'm looking at my dog,
No,
sorry.
Look here.
So, I'm looking forward to discussing some things. Very
Out there.
exotic.
No, not exotic. That's the last one I would choose.
We're back here to discuss
3 exciting topics that we're very passionate about. So we're going to start off by talking about the Conservative government and
Have you done many of these things, by the way?
have they failed as a government, basically.
I don't affiliate with the Conservatives. Just because I voted for them doesn't mean I affiliate with them.
That doesn't make sense. Then why did you vote for them?
Well, an American can vote for Donald Trump, but he no longer supports that.
Have you changed-
I don't affiliate with any party.
So why have you changed your mind?
Yes, the
Do you think they
Conservative
failed?
government has failed. But I don't think there's any point, specifying whether it's a Conservative government, Labour government, or either. I think it doesn't matter which party it would have been. I think the whole British response is a very arrogant response.
But this is the government you voted for.
This is the government you voted for, but it's probably very important to note that you can't be too harsh though, because the thing is that I think it's fair to say that all governments around the world, I think in a global sense, I think no one can be prepared for a pandemic. The last time anything of this magnitude ever happened was 1919.
Do you think anyone's to blame for the pandemic?
Yes, I think China is. China
So do I.
and wet markets in China.
China for
have to
sure.
go, yeah.
With people, the thing that annoys me.
Can I just say China virus is not racist as well? That's where.
Yeah, it's not
originated
racist. That's where it came from. For example, you guys used to say Ebola came from Africa. No one said you guys were racist then. Everyone's now saying like, oh, you're racist if you say it's a Chinese virus. It came from there. It came from them eating bats and some shit, and it led to us having a global pandemic in 2020 where we couldn't do anything. It's just people are just trying to be fragile about everything, but it's the truth. I can guarantee you if it started in India or Bangladesh, people would be like, yes, an Indian virus. And I am not a fan of how Donald Trump gets so much scrutiny about saying that, they ask him oh, where does the virus come from? He says China, and everyone gets offended. And I'm just like, but he's stating facts. It's a fact. It came from
Oh,
there.
so you like Donald Trump now? So yeah, the second topic of discussion is about the death of George Floyd, at the hands of Derek Chauvin and 3 other police officers, and how that kick-started protests across the US and across the world, and whether or not this is actually going to make a difference to police brutality.
Protests going to make a difference. Well, it's nice to know that these protests aren't like old protests. What I think of protests is I remember the London riots in 2011 or something, and those were not protests. Those were people literally breaking into shops. It was meant to be about protests about Mark Duggan at the time. So I definitely think these protests are a lot more peaceful. Whether these protests are going to make a change, I don't know, because I also feel it's a little bit frustrating. There's a global pandemic and you guys are not 2 meters apart when you're doing this protest. And the thing that I would like, if these protests were actually making a difference, if there wasn't a pandemic, yes, go for it, but there's a pandemic. And I know you guys are doing it because you want your voice to be heard, but I'm just so torn because there's a global pandemic. But I think it's so good that we're protesting about it and not in a violent way, we're just doing it for our voice to be heard.
I don't really know how to respond to that, because you speak very quickly. Not pretty either, but she is cute.
She just barks at everyone.
Nah, she doesn't bark. She's not barking now, she's fine. She actually likes girls, but
She doesn't like us.
she is a little racist. Brown guy,
Hello!
so I don't think she likes...
But now it's hiding. Oh, wait. Ew.
Tilly!
Ew.
Tilly! Oh,
Yeah,
like
can't
away,
hold
wrong
grudges.
away. I like a
I agree
rapper.
with you, Jem.
What do I think about the protests? I think it's very important. I think I think we should be protesting. I think
During this pandemic?
yeah, I think the pandemic is completely exaggerated. I think it's inflated. I think there's much more important issues at hand. This day and age, I think we've achieved so much in terms of like racism, inequality,
so much.
discrimination.
We've
I think we have achieved so much against. Yeah, and staying silent won't do anything. I think in times like this, it's not enough to just be not racist. I think you have to act upon it, and you have to be an anti-racist.
What I don't agree on, I don't know if you agree with this, but I do not agree on and think is effective whatsoever when everyone's that Black Hat Tuesday thing on Instagram. Like, what the heck is that achieving? Nothing whatsoever. But you know what I mean? It frustrated me so much seeing that, because I was thinking, guys, like, what is the difference that's being made? Like, what actually happened? Was there a law that was then placed?
I think it was just kind of like to show.
Did it actually stop people being racist? No.
I don't think it's that. I think it's more symbolism, like, in a way. Fair enough, I get the fact that, you know, it stopped information being shared, like between platforms and things like that. I think it was probably more harmful than helpful. I think it was more kind of a symbol more than anything. I think it was probably a way of saying that, you know, we can't let life go on. We can't act as if business is normal.
Yeah, I get that.
Sorry, I got distracted. Okay. I have short-term like memory loss and ADHD.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Stop being over dramatic.
Just me,
So our last topic is about fast fashion, and it's about what can be done for.
Sorry, looking at me. Okay.
Our next topic is about fast fashion and about how big companies like Pretty Little Thing, H&M, Urban Outfitters, and so much more are basically not paying their workers in third world countries like Bangladesh, and they're in very, very poor conditions in like their working environment and stuff. And it's basically like, what can we do to help? Like, what can be done to stop this? Because
nothing.
Like, what can be done? And like Ben said,
Nothing. I believe that.
yeah.
And I think in an age of globalization, especially where capitalism is the main form of democracy, right? I think that a lot of like world leaders seem to think that economics always trumps personal welfare. And I think in globalization, I think wealth is hard power for a lot of like nation states in the world, and it's a way of them like pursuing their own self-interests in an international chaotic system. And people at the top with hard power, such as wealth, okay, they will always have dominance over the periphery nation states, because the periphery nation states are in a position where they have acquired so much debt against the Western powers. So they are in no position whatsoever to retaliate.
Okay, I understand, I guess.
So nothing will ever happen.
I guess just pay your flipping workers like they're working for you. Why can't you pay them? Like.
But why should you?
What?
Why should you? No, seriously, I'm thinking about this from a selfish Western perspective. If I was a big CEO, then yes, I would like to think that I have my best intentions at heart. But you know, if I'm earning a good load of money, I'm getting a really nice, expensive lifestyle, I can support my family in the way that I've always dreamed of, then I'm going to put that first.
But you're hurting other people. it just doesn't sit right with me personally.
Which have really good intentions, right? Non-profit organisations, for example, you can see the scandals there as well. People are very dodgy. And when people even mask the fact and they pretend to be good and do good for people, that's not always the case.
Yeah.
Oxfam is a perfect example of that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I think I heard.
Yeah, so there's scandals everywhere you look. That's cynical, but I'm a politics student, so I'm supposed to be.
And on that note...
Yes, on that note.
And on that note, that is the end of the video.
Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. Yeah. Okay, yalla. Please subscribe, yes.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll be back with another video.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, thank you guys, and see you soon.
Yeah, this is Ben signing off. See you soon, yes.
Yes, bye.